Title: Becoming Her. Episode 1: A Mother's Role.
I woke up to the soft hum of the ceiling fan, the early morning light sneaking through the blinds. The house was quiet, except for the occasional creak of the floorboards. This silence had been my reality for 5 years since Emily left, leaving only Luke and me. My 8-year-old son, Luke, appeared in the doorway, his hair messy and eyes sleepy. I started preparing breakfast, a simple routine that had become a grounding force for both of us. Luke watched me closely, as he often did, trying to understand the world through my actions. That day, however, he made a request, one he had never made before. He wanted me to attend a student-parent fashion show at his school.
Emma always brags about how her dad helps her win every competition. I just want to show her that I can win too.
I could see the determination in his eyes, and even if I had wanted to refuse, I knew I couldn't.
Please, Dad.
You really want this, huh?
More than anything.
We ate in silence, him enjoying his pancakes, me sipping coffee, already thinking about how to handle this. Our life was simple and steady, but moments like these reminded me of the gaps that still remained. Before heading to school, Luke handed me the event pamphlet. My heart sunk as I read the rules. Only son-mother or daughter-father pairs were allowed. The realization left me momentarily speechless. After school, I tried to explain the rules to Luke, gently breaking the news that we didn't qualify. Luke, buddy, we don't qualify.
But why?
It's just the rules. They only allow moms.
Then bring me a mom.
That night, Luke's request lingered in my mind. I knew I couldn't bring Emily. She wanted nothing to do with us. Desperate to find a solution, I considered hiring someone to play the role of his mother for a day. Searching online, I was stunned by the cost of such a service. With the event still a week away, I sighed and decided to sleep on it, hoping I'd find another way. Days passed, and I still couldn't find anyone. I asked my colleagues for help but came up empty-handed. With no way to afford a paid mother, I kept searching online, desperate for a solution. Then, an ad popped up.
Get a mother for your child free.
Clicking on it with a glimmer of hope, I watched a video of a young man transforming himself into a woman using makeup, a wig, and a dress. My mind lit up. This was cheap, doable, and just might work in the time I had left. That night, I sneaked into Emily's old wardrobe, my hands trembling as I searched for anything that could help with my transformation. I carefully picked out a dress, a few accessories, and a pair of heels, hoping they would fit. My heart pounded as I pulled out one of her old wigs, shaking off the dust and examining it under the dim light. Determined to make this work, I moved to the bathroom. Staring into the mirror, I ran a hand over my stubble, knowing it had to go. With a sigh, I picked up a razor and began shaving. First my face, then my chest, arms, and legs. The process was tedious, leaving my skin raw. I applied lotion to soothe the irritation before carefully placing the wig on my head. It felt strange, unnatural, but I was committed now. Laying out the clothes and makeup, I pulled up tutorial videos on my phone.
All right, let's do this.
I experimented with foundation, struggling to blend it evenly. Eyeliner was even trickier, and my lips felt foreign with the gloss, but I pressed on. Digging further into the wardrobe, I found a padded bra and stuffed it with socks, adjusting it until it looked somewhat natural under the dress. Slipping into the undergarments and dress felt surreal, tight in some places, loose in others. Walking in heels was an entirely new challenge, each step requiring careful balance. Adjusting the wig one last time, I stared at my reflection. I still looked like myself, but with enough effort, maybe I could make this work. For the first time in days, I felt like I might actually pull this off. I practiced speaking in a softer tone, trying to find a voice that matched my appearance.
Luke, it's time for school. It sounded odd, but with more practice, I began to sound convincing. My movements were stiff and awkward, so I spent hours in front of the mirror, learning to move with grace. Every step was a challenge, but by the end of the night, I felt slightly more confident. Finally, the day arrived. I carefully selected the most fitted padded bra, stuffing it with socks to ensure everything looked as natural as possible. My makeup had to be flawless, so I took extra time blending every detail to perfection. Slipping into the most elegant red dress I had found, I took a deep breath, ready to embrace my new role. This was it, my moment to make my son proud. As we strutted down the runway, I focused on maintaining elegance in my posture, mirroring the poised movements I had practiced. Luke, by my side, walked with pride, his excitement radiating through his confident steps.
You're doing amazing, Dad. I mean, Mom.
Just focus on having fun. The audience clapped and cheered, captivated by our stunning presence. At the end of the runway, I gracefully twirled, adding a final flourish to make the moment even more memorable. That night, as I drove home, Luke sat quietly in the passenger seat, clutching the runner-up trophy. His satisfied smile told me that winning no longer mattered. Did you know?
Of course. But you did all that. For me.
Gripping the wheel, I felt a strange mix of emotions. This had started as a way to help Luke, but in his eyes, I had become something more. I caught a glimpse of myself in the rearview mirror, the remnants of makeup still there. Luke had wanted a mother for a day, but maybe, in some way, I had become one.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe the channel for more.